Bedtime Stories. Hey, this is LaLaa. Today, I'll tell you a story about my friend Gulo. Once upon a time, in faraway Guland, King Gulgul lived in his castle with Queen Gulgula and his son, little Gulo, who everyone called Stinky. His castle was surrounded by a magical garden where every year the most beautiful smelling flowers in the world bloomed. When the king's people were sad, they would come to the gardens to smell the magical flowers. They made them happy. They also made liars tell the truth, and naughty children listen to their parents. It's no surprise that whole families would come from far and wide to visit King Gulgul's magical garden. The king and queen were sad though. They had such a big problem that not even the magical smell of the flowers could help them. Gulo was a very grubby little boy. At the sight of water or soap, he would run and hide in one of the castle's many hiding places where no one could find him. Every day, the king and queen wondered what to do. They begged and they pleaded with Gulo. They offered him presents, candy, toys, but nothing helped. Gulo wouldn't listen. There was no way to get Gulo to take a bath. One summer day, when the flowers were in bloom, the king and queen decided to take a walk with Gulo. But when they arrived in the garden, the flowers stopped smelling beautifully and the richly colored petals became gray and shriveled up. Oh dear! Oh dear! The people walking in the king's garden all shouted. The king, queen, and Gulo were so surprised their mouths all fell open. Suddenly, a colorful bird appeared and sat on the king's shoulder. Nobody had ever seen this beautiful bird in the king's garden before, and nobody knew where the bird had come from. "What a pretty bird!" said Gulo and reached out his grubby hand to it. But the bird quickly flew off. "Wait for me! I'll be back soon," he chirped as he flew away, then disappeared. A little while later, they heard the bird again. "I brought the gardener. He speaks the language of flowers and he will help you," the bird sang and flew away again. So you are Gulo, the little boy everyone calls Stinky, the one who doesn't want to wash or take baths, right? The gardener asked Gulo. Yes, answered Gulo. He was scared, nervous, that thought the gardener might try to make him take another bath. "Come, do you think you can help me in the garden?" asked the gardener. "Really?" said Gulo. Not sure what to do, he followed the gardener. As they walked through the gardener would stop at every flower and whisper something to them, and suddenly the gray, wrinkled flowers would come alive. Once more, they were colorful and beautiful. But instead of the most beautiful smell in the world, the flowers in the garden smelled awful. "Oh dear! Blah! Get me out of here!" Stinky Gulo shouted loudly, plugging his nose with his dirty fingers, tears streaming down his face from the stench. "You see, Gulo," said the gardener, "every one of these beautiful flowers is like you. So what if they are beautiful, when they smell so terrible that even the butterflies and bumblebees won't touch them? You are also beautiful and colorfully dressed. But so what?" Stinky Gulo listened closely to everything the gardener had to say. Then he quickly ran back to the castle to look in the mirror. "I really am beautiful and colorfully dressed." But so what if everyone runs away from me? Maybe I smell terrible too, he wondered. Then, Stinky Gulo had an idea. Suddenly, he called out loudly, "Quickly! I want to take a bath!" King Gulgul and Queen Gulgula were never so happy. They prepared Gulo a bath and he jumped right into the water. Splash! What a surprise! Nothing horrible happened to him. From now on, I promise I will take a bath every day, Gulo decided, and he jumped, ran, and danced to the smiling children playing in the king's magical garden. Gulo was also smiling, and once again, the most beautiful smelling flowers in the world were smiling too. Good night! If you like our stories, check out our LaLaa app and find much more.